All right, today we are going to be solving and graphing inequalities. So in order to do that, these are the basic steps. Now, it's basically everything that we've done up until this point. So we're going to use the rules of solving equations to solve these inequalities. And please be aware, life is a bit easier, meaning the graphing and the interval notation are a bit easier if you put the variable, that means the x, the y, the z, whatever letter they are, on the left side. So that means it would be like x is less than whatever. Okay? And please note, if you divide by a negative, okay, to solve your equation, sometimes you have to divide, and if that number is a negative, you reverse the inequality. That means that less than switches to greater than, and vice versa, greater than switches, okay, I'll just write it out, to less than. That also goes for the equal to's, okay? Less than or equal to switches to greater than or equal to. We're going to graph the solution on a number line. And we're going to put the solution in interval notation. So remember, that was the one where that uses the parentheses and the square brackets, the comma. It's good time. All right. I did that again. All right. So let's look at this first one here. So for this one, we're just solving. So we're using the rules of solving equations. So we look on one side, wherever the inequality is, that's where we pretend the equal sign is. We combine like terms. Okay, keep everything the same. Now the next step would be move variables. Now we don't technically have to move the variable here, but like I said before, putting the variable on the left side tends to be something that makes it a bit easier for you guys to understand. But obviously, you do what you got to do. Okay, so I like to move my variable over to the other side. So now I divide. Now, notice this is the moment of truth right here. This number on the bottom is negative. Right? So that means we divided by a negative. Divided by a negative means this inequality gets reversed. So it's going to be x, and now whatever this is greater than, now it's going to switch to less than. 9 divided by 3 is negative 3. X is less than negative 3. So now the next step, so we solved it. So we're going to graph the solution now. So graphing the solution, it's less than. So negative 3. So at negative 3, we put an open circle. So remember, less than is an open circle. And all the numbers less than negative 3. So all numbers less than negative 3. That's what that says. So all the numbers less than negative 3 go this way. So we color it in this way. Okay, and then finally we do our interval notation. So the interval notation is, remember, start with the left side. So the left side is a giant arrow, so that would be negative infinity. The right side is negative 3. Negative infinity is always a parenthesis, and an open circle is always a parenthesis. So this is our interval notation. Oh, hold on. Okay, let's try a couple more. So, solving. Look on this side of the equal sign. Just realize that's where the equal sign would be. Take that negative 2, multiply it in. Nothing else is affected. Okay, combine like terms. So 8 and 3 are like terms, so it's 11. Right, there's no variable to move. It's on the left side, so that's the side that I want it. Divide by subtract negative 11. Negative 12. Here I'm dividing by -2. So at this moment, this is the moment you have to check. You're dividing by a negative. Divide by a negative. Since that happens, this inequality gets reversed. So it's n, and since it was greater than or equal to, it's now less than or equal to. And -12 divided by -2 is a +6. So graphing this, less than or equal to -6. So first of all, it's an equal to, so I'm going to color in this circle. And it's less than or equal to, so all numbers less than 6. So it's going this way. Just do your best with the whatever. I get the idea. All right. So these just, basic solving of equations and graphing and writing in an interval notation, which I forgot up here. So let's do the interval notation. So it's a big circle. It's a big circle. It's a big arrow going that way on the left side. The right side is 6. So the arrow is -infinity, so that gets a parenthesis. The colored in circle gets a square bracket. That's your interval notation. So here we go. All right. Nothing to do on this side. Let's multiply in that -4. So that it would be a +24 minus 12a. This is the moment you move the variables. So I'm going to move 12a over here. Remember, I like everything on the left side. That's -15 is less than 24. Add your 15. 13a equals 39. Oh, not equals. Sorry. Crazy me. 13a is less than 39. I'm dividing by 13. 13 is positive, so nothing happens to the inequality. A is less than 3. I did a lot of less thans here, but anyway. So 3 is our number where we're drawing the circle. It's just less than, so it's not colored in. And all numbers less than 3. The interval notation is -infinity gets a parenthesis, and an open circle on 3 gets a parenthesis. Okay, one more for us, and then you do the rest. Okay, just remembering all the rules of solving. Let's go to purple. Remember all the rules of solving. Multiply in the parentheses first. This is like a -1 that gets distributed in. Less than or equal to stays there right now. Multiply that in. Remember, the 3 doesn't get affected because it's not in the parentheses. Combine your like terms on the one side of the equal sign, or in this case, the inequality. Combine like terms on this side, so this would be -5x minus 2. Now move your variable. So I'm going to move that first and get my 5x. That has the nice effect that it no longer is negative. Subtract 2. So we get 9x is less than or equal to -4. Unless I screwed up somewhere. Nope, doesn't look like. Divide by 9. So x is less than or equal to -4 over 9. Now, remember, we did not divide by a negative. The 9 is positive. Since the 9 is positive, I don't need to reverse the inequality. It's the bottom number when you're dividing that matters. The top number does not. Okay, so it says x is less than or equal to -4 over 9. I'm just making sure I didn't mess up somewhere. Okay, so then -4 over 9, it's fine if you get a fraction. Just figure out approximately where that is. It really doesn't matter how accurate you are. As long as it's -4 over 9 is pretty much right about a half. So I'm going to put it right here. negative 4 over 9. So just label the spot that you're going to graph. It is less than or equal to, so I color it in. And again, less than. Not the greatest examples I've ever picked because they all turned out to be less than. But I always feel like greater than is the easier one anyway. Okay. So then the interval notation would be negative infinity to negative 4 over 9. All right, now you're going to give the rest of these a try. Solve, graph, and write the answer in interval notation. All right, good luck and have a nice day.